Today we have the real pleasure of sitting down with Cave Painting. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Great to meet all of you. You'll probably have to remind me of your names as we go along, but I've been looking forward to chatting to you guys. It seems like everything's really happened for you guys this year, because you started out down in Brighton just playing some music. You played at a gig at the Social in central London and you got signed to a division of Mercury, which is amazing. How do you feel about that?
Confused.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, we just the other couple of weeks ago, kind of everything has just got really busy lately, and we kind of forgot about it. And then it was almost like I pinched myself and realised exactly what was going on. It was just it's just mental. I can't believe that it's happened. Really,
it's totally unexpected.
Yeah,
just materialised.
we wrote a load of music and just completely weren't expecting to kind of get involved with the industry side of things for a while. We were just writing a bunch of tracks, sort of thing, and the response was amazing. It really couldn't be been better, really.
Was it your first UK-wide tour that you did this year?
Yeah, yes, I did it once.
It's our first few shows, really, because we played the Social show, then we played another
Two
we played at Proud, didn't we?
Proud,
Music Week too.
and then the Lexington, and then went on the road. So just doing it, just the gig side is so kind of fresh to us as well. It just feels amazing to be able to be in a position where we can tour after just after a couple of shows. So
it's been nice to be, because we've been playing the shows before the tour were really for kind of industry purposes, for labels and publishers and press and stuff. So I think the tour was really nice because it was the first time we actually got to play to people and not have the pressure of who's going to be there.
People like Big Jeff.
Oh my God, there's a guy in Bristol.
Big Jeff.
Who's Big Jeff?
Apparently, a lot of people know about Big
Bristol
Jeff.
legend.
We played in Bristol, and he's this guy. He's pretty tall, isn't he?
He's fairly tall.
He's got this loads of this gingery blonde hair
long
and
curly ginger
he
hair.
he didn't stop moving for the
He
whole
danced
show.
through two bands and just didn't stop, and he wasn't,
He
wasn't
loves
drunk,
music,
wasn't-
people have their festival bands, and they have a couple
Yeah.
It was like half his arm covered in festival bands.
A real die-hard music lover.
He was a really nice guy.
He
And
made
he
me
was loving
feel.
you guys.
Yeah, he made me feel really lazy because I was watching. I was like, shit, I bet I need to move a bit more.
But looking at more at some of your music, you're readying a new EP with Midnight Love as kind of the lead track, and you guys wanted to launch it as a audio video project as well as just like a track.
Yeah.
And there's some kind of story that centres around the video, right? About a deaf guy.
That's right,
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, the idea was to make it. A very good friend of ours, Tom Sargent, made the video, and I think it's very clever. I think it could be clever in the way that it basically you can make what you want of it, sort of thing. I've had people thinking that it's about a love story or about a kind of someone's dead in it or something like that. So I think it's got a lot of mystery about it.
It's up for interpretation, isn't it? I think it's the same with music as well, though, and lyrics. Everyone can take their own thing from listening to a song. People have totally different ideas of what the song's about.
You like to know what songs are about, though.
But yeah, I really like to try and find out what they're about. But there's no solid answer, is there?
No.
Unless,
I totally agree. You're completely right to let people draw their own interpretation from your music. I mean, for me, that rings true with an artist called Burial, who's a really renowned dubstep producer. And with his music, because there's no pretense behind it, no one knows who he is. It's like you just associate with the music and take your own interpretation, which makes it more
What's that
involving.
song? What's that one? Is that?
Yeah, that is.
Off that. I really like that.
Isn't it?
I don't know what it's called though.
Sing it again, sorry.
Is it the first track?
No,
track
hold
of the
on.
album?
What was that? You used to put it on in the van.
What's the lyric? Could it be could you be alone or something like that?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Loving you.
It's really
Archangel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
True.
It's quite
that's
soulful.
really good.
I find it quite
Absolutely.
soulful.
Going back to Midnight Love, what's your interpretation of it?
The video.
Yes. Because I guess that kind of tells a tale. My impression is basically centred on this deaf guy who's kind of having a bit of a bum time, but he goes to sleep, and everything's better.
Basically, his dreams are better than his reality. And
then he tries to cling on to the reality.
No, the dream.
He tries to,
The opposite of that.
He tries to cling on to the dream to escape reality.
Yes.
I think he can hear in his dreams as well.
So it's about escapism.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, you've got it. It's escape.
We should have said that first.
We should have just said that.
I think that's probably, hopefully, what Tom drew from the music. Because I think that's probably one of the recurring themes, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Especially this EP.
And we weren't trying to rush them to play them because we weren't going to play any shows, so that's why we had to come up with a name, because we had to play a show, which we hadn't planned to do.
Yeah, I read an anecdote about you guys frantically Googling like random terms, and then after a few whiskies, you suddenly arrived upon this name.
Just wrote a massive list of like anything.
Oh right, was it a case of like you write 2 words like in
I was like writing 1 word, 2 words, and
We tried a lot of different techniques.
we've got, you get people saying, "Oh, I've got one for you. How about?" I don't know why they sound like that, but
It's your dad, isn't it?
how about Sun Lounger? You never said that, but we had someone actually say, "What about catfish?"
What about Time Stone? No, just never ever use that name for anything. But I've tried that technique before, actually, for a band that I used to play in. I came up with Sam Render.
I don't like that.
Okay, so you laughed.
Sorry.
You were like,
I had another name.
it's alright, we don't exist anymore, so it
It's not bad.
doesn't matter if you laugh.
No,
I'm not offended or anything.
I was thinking.
It's like word written.
It was actually, my life and soul, that band.
I was thinking
It doesn't matter if you want to laugh.
I was thinking of a name that John said, and that made me laugh in my head.
Oh, you can't say that.
What was yours?
Not on camera. I'll tell you after.
I can tell you what my brother said instead.
Oh yeah, this is good.
Systematic fury. Super armed soldiers.
I think it was the way you said it more than anything else, because you were like systematic fury.
Well, they
It
sound like it.
amazing.
Sounds
Then like
so-
written on a flyer. It's
It
really
just
gonna be-
sounds like kind of heavy.
So where are you in terms of writing music? Is it just this single down, or have you got loads of stuff which you're waiting to put out there?
Sam can't stop making stuff. He's always sat making something. Yeah, I think it might be
Paper
insane.
airplanes and
Like, in even the back of the Ahmed songs. It's like,
Ouch! I didn't want to be the sport of any internal rifts just after the first.
oh, I don't think so. Somehow, I think it would have happened by now. And
We've already, got a really good idea of what our album's going to be, which we're about to go in and record.
I think we were thinking about what our second album would be.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, there was some tracks where, they didn't necessarily fit, or the ideas for them didn't necessarily fit in for the album. So it's really nice to have like some stuff, because we don't know what we're going to be doing next year. I'm just assuming it's going to be pretty busy. So I don't know how much time I have for writing.
But is there a timeline on the album or anything like that, or are you just going to write it and see?
as when it's got to come out.
When can we hear it?
It's definitely.
Well, we're starting it. We actually go away to start it when the day the EP comes out, which is kind of weird. So we're already moving on to the next thing. So we're going away for we're going away over
7 weeks.
November and December.
Songs to hear from it.
In the new year, when
January.
Teasers. What's the name of the EP? Sorry.
The EP is called "You'll Be Running Soon,"
Okay.
which you
When's it
hear
out?
on the 7th of November.
Right. Cool.
And then, we're over Christmas we're recording the album and should be able to start playing stuff from it.
I think January.
Yeah,
There might be a single in
Mid-January.
January. Is that right?
Yeah,
If we're
think
lucky.
so.
Fantastic. Well, guys, I've read a lot of hype online about you guys, and after listening to your music, I can see why. So I can't wait to hear more stuff.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure chatting to you as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.